Hey guys, so most of the videos that are on this channel are pretty science-based and research-based and fact-based. This one's going to be a little bit different. This one is going to be a little bit more about personal experience and heartbreak and how in the hell you can move on after your heart has been ripped out of your chest and you feel like you have no life left in you. So I have been depressed before. I have been on the brink of wanting to end my life. I have been through quite a few situations of heartbreak. My childhood was pretty good. I had a really loving family. My dad was great. My mom was great. My grandparents were great. That was not the problem. My issue through life, it was never molestation. It wasn't, nothing horrible happened to me as a child. The things that were always horrible for me was that because I'm as empathic as I am, I walk around with my heart open. And when I end up, and I just give myself to people who are random. Now, I've gotten better about this as I've gotten older, but what happened was when I was younger is you get your heart stomped on because you go into relationships and you give people way too much trust than they deserve, and you don't know any better. And what happens? You get cheated on, you get taken advantage of, you end up being the one that's spending way more money, way more time, way more effort, and you're expecting that the other person's going to reciprocate that, and they never do. So when you end up in a situation to where you've been rejected, there's not many feelings that are worse than that. I've been in relationships where I was prepared to break up with that person. I was getting mentally ready to break up with that person. And then they started playing their Jedi mind tricks on me. And then all of a sudden I'm like, well, wait, don't go. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I'm literally like planning my escape route here. What's going on? It's the actual feeling of rejection that is so painful. And having someone that we love tell us, I don't love you, is about as painful as it gets. And the way that I see it is the way that we are with pets and the way that we are with people and the way that we are in relationships. When those things end, there's a part of our personality that ends with that relationship. I have different voices that I've used with dogs that I've never used again once that dog disappeared. I have personality traits that I was in relationships that once that relationship ended, it just fades away. And that's part of what the pain is when these relationships end, is there's literally a piece of you, there's a character, there's a version of you that dies along with that relationship dying, and saying goodbye is not fun. It's not easy. Some people can do it very easily. They can just close the book, walk away, and have no problem with it. Those of us that have a much more open heart, we get hurt more. So part of the trick is to learn how to proceed after your heart has been ripped out. Everything, all of the mundane, just taking care of yourself is hard to do, because what do you want to do after you've had your heart broken? You want to soothe yourself in vices. You want to drink, you want to smoke, you want to do drugs, you want to eat ice cream, you want to eat all the things that make you feel good, all the comfort foods, right? We are just going to self-medicate. Now, me personally, when I've gone through the last few breakups that I've gone through, which has been the main heartache that I've gone through, like I said, I haven't lost anybody that's really close to me yet. Thank God, all of my family members are all still alive. I don't have to worry about that. But the heartbreak, since I've been sober for 10 years, I've picked up cigarettes the last, I think, 3 breakups that I've gone through, because alcohol wasn't a choice. Hard drugs were not a choice. And I needed to do something that was going to bring me some form of dopamine, some form of serotonin, some form of false make me feel good. I knew it was fake. I knew that I was pre-aging myself. I knew that it was bad for me. Even though I was still doing Naked Healthy, I didn't tell anybody on here. This was just a personal battle that I was going through because I was so sad and nothing made me happy. Work didn't make me happy. The gym wasn't making me happy. Eating clean, that was helping, but it wasn't making me happy. Eating clean absolutely prevents you from slipping into the abyss. I will tell you that. If you're just constantly eating chocolate and fast food and fried things and stuff that are going to limit your amount of serotonin that comes from your digestive system up your vagus nerve to your brain, you will be extra miserable. You're already going to be sad. So the way that I see it is, if you're going to drink after a breakup, do it for like a weekend and get it out of the way and be done with it, and then start working on personal development. And that's the next thing that I want to talk about, because when you go through a breakup, the best thing that you can possibly do is work on yourself. That's it. I know it sounds cheesy. It is the absolute best thing you can possibly do. Or the metaphor that I use with my friends is, when I get out of a relationship, I learn what I can possibly learn from that relationship, but obviously I'm not done. I want a partner. I'm looking for my soulmate. I strive for that. So if I'm out in the ocean and I'm out fishing for the most beautiful fish, so to speak, that I can possibly find, I'm going to build the nicest boat that I can build to deal with whatever I need to deal with out in the ocean, versus just being in the same canoe my entire life and being able to stay on the shore. What my terrible illustration is trying to visualize for you guys is the better version of yourself that you can be, the better version that you're going to present to your next potential partner. So take what you've learned from the relationship, work on yourself, continue to work on your hobbies, work on your health, work on your fitness, work on your personal development, start meditating, do grounding, do things that you know that are going to take care of yourself. You can't just be chugging down beer or wine all the time and eating Ben and Jerry's and all of that stuff. You're going to feel like shit. Even if you're in love and you do that, you're going to feel like shit after 2 or 3 days. So if you're in the perils of misery, you're absolutely going to feel like shit if you continue to do that. So it's very important that you just work on yourself. I know that that does not sound like it's going to be a big help, but trust me, in the long run, you are going to be so much better off in 6 months to a year. You're going to be a better person. You're going to have learned and gained knowledge and gained insight into your emotions and how you feel and how to avoid the situation that you just came out of. This is all supposed to learn so that you can just become a better version of yourself. You got to level up. Sometimes you got to beat the boss of the level. Sometimes that level is your own emotions after you've gone through a horrible breakup. I have been there. The worst breakup that I went through, I was in a relationship for 4 years with someone. It was the first relationship that I wanted to be married, and out of the blue, she ended it. And I did not understand. I didn't see the warning signs. Looking back now, obviously in hindsight, I do, but I did not handle that breakup well. That happened. It coincided with 2 other life events that were going on that just completely shoved me over the edge, and I just lost my marbles, so to speak. I spent many days laying on the floor, crying, just not able to take care of my emotions. My emotional regulation was just off the charts. I could not get it together. And I was smoking cigarettes and I was eating ice cream and doing stuff like that, but I was still working out. I was still eating clean, but I was still, like I said, doing the cigarettes and the smoking just to give myself some form of dopamine. Then I realized, if I ever want to have a successful business indefinitely, have a successful relationship indefinitely, I need to work on myself and put up parameters and guards that slowly I allow people in a way that is a healthy manner. I don't just give my trust to everybody. You don't just throw it out like it's a newspaper on a Sunday. It's earned. I love everybody. I accept everybody. That's not the point. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, we all have different levels of walls, different levels of guards, depending on the amount of trauma we've been through, how many were we molested as a child, what sort of horrible things happened to us growing up, our parents, all of that stuff is all going to form different levels of walls and, like I said, guards. You need to start working on your intuition and just feeling out who these people are and who you're letting in. Like I said, don't just let people in right away. If you're drinking all the time and doing drugs, your intuition's going to be shit. You're going to let people in, they're going to take advantage of you. The clearer your mind is, the less substances you have in your brain, the better you're going to be able to just be like, that person says that they mean well, but they don't mean well. You will easily be able to tell. My radar is off the charts. I can feel bullshit coming. I can just tell. So the clearer that you keep your consciousness and the cleaner that you keep, like I said, the sugar down, the nicotine down, the alcohol down, and try to get through this as sober as you possibly can and process your emotions and feel how you feel and then work on getting out of them through exercise, through healthy foods, through hobbies, doing things that make you feel good, connecting with friends, doing things that don't bring monetary gain but bring you actual joy. And I recognize that things aren't going to bring you the same level of joy if you've just been going through a heartbreak. But any form of joy is better than just sitting at home, laying in your bed all day and just withering away, getting fat, letting your blood sugar go to shit, letting, you know, just, you know what I mean. I wish you luck. This will not last forever. The best way I can put this with heartbreak or with the death of somebody is it's like getting shot in the heart by a 45 and you've got a hole this big in your heart. Slowly through time, that hole will get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. It might not ever permanently close if you lost a loved one, or if it was a heavy divorce and there were kids lost in the divorce, you lost custody or something like that. It's not like you're ever going to get over that, but you will slowly feel better about yourself. You'll slowly feel better about the situation. You'll come to grips, you'll come to terms with what's been going on, with what is going on. And then you'll just devise a new life plan and work on that and make the best decisions you can to be the best version of yourself that you can, so that, again, you can become a magnet and pull the person that is meant to be with you towards you. But if you're a drunk mess, smoking cigarettes, like I said, gaining weight, eating sugar and all this stuff, if you do meet that person, they're not going to be available for you, because you're not going to be the version of yourself. You're going to be like a level 3 version of yourself versus a level 8 or 9 version of yourself that you could have been had you been working on personal development. So you can dig your own grave or you can build your own ladder. It's up to you guys. I love you. Like and subscribe. Share this to all your friends. Comment. I will respond to every single thing. So she's been in heat and she stayed quiet for this entire video. You're going to get treats after this because I'm really proud of you. I have not slept in 2 days because she just screams. She's 15. I never got her fixed. I know it's weird, but when I take her to the vet, they thought she was 3 and she was 15 because she never had her shots and she looked super healthy. I'm a good cat dad. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. She's a little worked up. She's been good for this video, though. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your heart.